Well, g'day everybody and welcome back to Simidiom. So, I haven't done a video on this for a couple of days, and the reason being is that I did two flights, a cargo flight and a passenger flight. So I took passengers and cargo. I dropped the passengers off at one airport, then I flew to the next airport and dropped the cargo off. OnAir Airline Manager registered those two flights. It charged me for all the ground. It charged me for all the ground handling and landing fees and all that type of stuff, but it did not register the jobs and did not give me any money for the jobs. Now, the reason I found out was after I got out of that, it told me that my subscription, that my trial had run out, which wasn't the case. But what had happened was the OnAir Airline Manager servers had I don't know, they did an update and it had booted out everybody's subscription details and stuff or something like that, and then it's that their server has been down for I don't know. I've been trying to get on all day. It's now 20 past 9 in the evening for me, and I've been trying to get on to their servers since early this morning to film another episode, and I've only just managed to get on because their servers have been down. So there was some sort of major crash there. So what I've decided to do is I am restarting Simidiom from scratch. But this time we are going to do the tutorial. We're going to get our free plane, which will leave us with enough money to purchase a second plane and an AI pilot. I am also relocating to another part of the world. I am relocating to Bournemouth in the UK, and I'm going to fly out of there. The reason being is that it will probably give me the opportunity to fly into Europe and Ireland and Scotland and all that type of stuff, which will give us a little bit more variety, flying over the channel and stuff like that. So it also works in quite well because it's afternoon. It's nearly 1 p.m. over there at this particular time, so that's going to work in well with the UTC time and all that type of stuff. So anyway, brand new company, Simidiom, starting from scratch. And hopefully we don't have any more major problems with OnAir Airline Manager. I have gone and purchased a 12-month subscription, so I'm going to be a little bit upset if we do continue to have problems. So let's start by doing the tutorial, where we will get a single piston aircraft and $7,500 for doing this tutorial. All right, so here we go. Simple tutorial to help you get started. You'll get an aircraft and one first job to be delivered to an airport near your starting location. At the end, you will be able to keep your aircraft for your main company. So we will get an aircraft and $7,500. So let's get started on that. So in we go. Yeah, I hope you guys don't mind me changing over to flying in the UK. I do like the UK, so. All right, there we go. I'm just having a bit of a little bit of a sip. Let's see. Go to the settings. Everything is okay. Use small airports, definitely. Microsoft Flight Simulator, yes. Sound volume's okay. Cool. We will save that. There we go. And that's probably about it. So let's go to the dashboard. Oh, okay. You're in the tutorial. No worries. So what do we do now? No, don't want to. What's survival mode? I don't know. I'm a little bit lost, to be honest. Let's see. Select your simulator. Go to the settings, and if it's not already done, pick your select your simulator. FS 2020. Fly with simulator rather than I play as a pure tycoon, because you can play this. You can actually play this without having a simulator, and you can play it using AI crew to do jobs. So that's worth noting if you guys are interested in this anyway. All right, cargo, deliver EGHH to EGFF. Go to the live map. Yep, click on the plane. We know all that. Click on confirm. Yep, we know all that. Select the destination. And we know all of that as well. So we are going EGHH. I'm going to get my trusty little whiteboard out here. We are going from EGHH to EGFF. No worries. All right, so we will do this job. We will do this little job. We will we'll do this little job. We will go and we'll get our first plane. This is where for those of you who don't know the UK, this is where Bournemouth is, and you can see if we just zoom out, London is up here. So Luton Airport is another big airport, London. So this is where we are flying from. Okay, so we shall click on this here. We'll get all this started and get all this set up. We will fuel up the plane to 50%. I know it's not a very big flight. It's $5 a gallon in here, so but we will do that. We also have 105 pounds of tutorial cargo, which we will have loaded on, and we will confirm and go fly now. There we go. Let it connect to the map. Let it load up all of the cargo and stuff that we need loaded up. Our destination will be EGFF. EGFF. I'm hoping that we'll get to. I'm hoping that we will get to go and sort of fly some into a lot of small airports and stuff. There's some beautiful airports and some beautiful countryside around the UK, so I'm looking very forward to that. Okay, let's go to our. So we're going to Cardiff. Let's go to our flight tracking page. Yes, that's no worries. Tracking aircraft. Okay, now as you can see, once this loads, come on, load up. Why is it saying my aircraft is out in the middle of the water? So let's go into flight sim. That's because we haven't actually stuck it in there yet. So I've already set this up. I'm not sure what the number on the aircraft is at this point in time, so I am not going to put that on at this point in time. So let's go back to the world map. You can see it's 12:55 p.m. real time weather. Okay guys, so I've got the aircraft on the apron. I've come into SkyVector here and I've just done a simple little flight plan via Yeovilton, overflying that, but I've just realized that that's Navy, so I am probably going to delete that. It's probably not a good idea to do that, so I am going to delete that off of the plan. Let's see, so we'll just do a direct, I think. I didn't realize that it was a Navy one. I wanted to create some sort of little plan there, but this is, I should have read that there because it's got a military on it as well. So we would probably fly around that. In fact, what we might do is we might fly over to Yeovil NDB, which is 343. So we will add that to our plan there. All right, so we will come out. We will also probably fly directly out to. Oh no, we'll just leave that. Actually, we'll just leave it as it is. So we'll come out. We will fly out here and then just across to Cardiff over here. So this is the plan that we will be putting in our G1000. Which will be EGHH to EGFF via YVL. So we will do that. There is a lot of military bases around here. There's one there. There's one there. Very typical, I think, of England anyway. Let's head back into here. Now it is showing that aircraft is here already. So there you go, and we're flying over to Cardiff. So that should be a really nice flight. So let's hit start tracking. We have our cargo on board. Okay, so we're in the aircraft. Let's look at starting the aircraft up. So we shall put on our master. As you can see there, we shall put on our beacon and our strobe because it does like us to do that. Our mixture is rich. Let's see. Our park brake is on. That was closed. Fuel on both. Let's just throw our fuel pump on.
Your flight will be
give ourselves a little bit of that. There we go. Beautiful. And fuel pump off. And let's give this a bit of a start up. There we go. We're just going to put a little bit of just a little bit of throttle in. Probably, I think usually probably 15 to 20%. Should be okay while it's starting to warm up there. I'm going to put these on as well. And we are going to go into our flight plan and create our flight plan. So to do that, we are going to go into flight plan. We are going to create a new flight plan, and where are you there? And we will be flying from EGHH. Let's enter that. Let's add another one in there, and that will be Y. Need to go up to Y. Do it properly in the first place. Where are we? There. YVL. There we go. YVL. Next one along. B and L. We will enter that. NDB, yes. Okay, beautiful. And we will add our final one now. Let's move over to there, and we will add EGFF. Sorry about that messing around, guys. Just going to bring the throttle down on the aircraft a little bit, and I'm going to lean the mixture off a little bit while I'm doing this. EGFF. And there. They must hold so much information, these databases, mustn't they? EGFF, enter that. Alright, beautiful. Flight plan is set. We are going to fly at, set the altimeter, and we are going to fly at an altitude of, let's just run that up for a sec. Let's go down to our altitude, and we will fly at an altitude of 1500. But now, no, probably 2000 actually, to be honest. There we go, 2000, so we will set that up. Outside air temperature is 14 degrees. We won't need any pitot heat on takeoff. So we are pretty well ready to go now. All we need to do now is to contact ground. So let's contact ground there. We are departing to the west. Wait for our clearance.
Board ground, Cessna November 123 Kilo Sierra with Mike request taxi to the active west departure. Cessna November 123 Kilo Sierra taxi to and hold short of runway 26 via taxiway Echo Charlie. Contact tower on 125.6 when ready.
Okay, runway 26, let's acknowledge that.
Taxiing hold short runway 26 via taxiway Echo Charlie Cessna 3 Kilo Sierra.
Change our heading to, whoa. Change our heading to 26 so that we know which way the runway is going. It's a little bit, it gets a little bit temperamental. Alright, at least we can go up. I know some people that can't change those unless they're in increments of 10, so we're pretty lucky actually. Alright, we are going out this way. So we are ready to taxi. So taxi lights on, nav lights on, park brake off, and off we go. Just going to ignore that dude there. Let's pretend he's not even there, seeing as how that is completely and utterly useless. So we will get to keep this aircraft, which is absolutely awesome. We're very happy about that. Okay, out we go. So look, I've been so dying to get in here and do a flight. It's been very, very frustrating with all of this server stuff, but we have it now. We are here now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to taxi out, and I will see you guys when we're at the hold short point over there. Okay guys, we are at the hold short point for our runway. Now, this is our runway here, obviously. So what we are going to do is, if we just bring up our nav log for a sec. Where is our nav log? Right there. No, it's here. There it is. You can see that we will be, it's not even bringing up the information that's on there. Alright, let's just duck into Sky Vector again for a sec. So we will be heading at a heading of 288 degrees when we take off. 288 degrees, and that will be for 33 nautical miles. So what we are going to do is I am going to dial 288 degrees into the heading, which will be right there. So we know that's the direction that it needs to be. So 288 degrees. We are currently 132, so we just double check that everything's okay. What we will do now is we will ask for our takeoff clearance. We'll tune to tower. There we go, and we will request takeoff clearance.
119.475 Ryanair 8742.
There we go. Hopefully I got in there.
November 123 Kilo Sierra, ready at runway 26 west departure.
Excellent.
Cessna November 123 Kilo Sierra, cleared for takeoff runway 26 departure to the west approved.
Beautiful. Alright, we will acknowledge that. And
for takeoff runway
we will get rid of that.
3 Kilo Sierra.
Okay, we need one stage of flaps, which we will confirm down here. One stage of flaps for takeoff. Taxi light off, landing light on. Mixture will go to rich. We don't need the fuel pump, and we do not need the pitot heat, so we should be okay to take off now. So let's just taxi out here. Brake off. We will taxi out. Now it's got this stupid, if I don't follow these blue things all the way around, then what will happen is this stuff won't disappear. So and that will stay on the map. So I might actually just follow this around, if you guys don't mind. As I said, I normally wouldn't. I would normally just be turning onto the runway. We've got nothing coming over there. We've got an aircraft coming in over there by the looks of it. I'm not sure. That might be the Ryanair aircraft, perhaps. So let's just spin around here so that it gets rid of these little markers. There we go. That should get rid of them for us. And it hasn't. Of course it hasn't. Right, so we will line ourselves up in the center of the runway. Everything is looking okay. Our mixture is rich. Our trim is trimmed for takeoff. I might actually, yep, that looks good. And landing lights are on, so we should be okay. So let's get off the ground. There we go, beautiful. I think this will be a nice little airport. It's quite a lot of taxiways, so it's going to take a while to get in and out of the runway. But I think I can deal with that. I don't mind taxiing too much. So okay, so there we go. We should be able to take off now. We'll try and maintain this heading.
Horn time locked.
There we go, beautiful. Should be okay. So I've got our FLC tuned in. We will turn our autopilot on, let the FLC take over. and we should be climbing out at approximately 80 knots. I'm going to bring those flaps up.
Continue for west departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Let the aircraft settle. We'll acknowledge that.
Bournemouth Tower, Cessna November 123 Kilo Sierra, continue for west departure.
Okay, lovely. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to turn to our heading once we get up over. We're over 500 feet, so we should be okay. So I'm going to put our heading bug on. I'm going to let the aircraft turn to our heading. We've been told to continue, so let it turn around. There we go. Lovely. Alright, we'll continue to monitor on the way out. Might just, there we go, beautiful. That should be okay. Alright, look at that, isn't it lovely? Again, I think England is going to be an absolutely beautiful, beautiful place to fly around. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I've chosen this now for our restart. Okay, I'm just going to bring this heading around a little bit, and I am going to intercept this GPS. We will come around to there, fly in like that. We will intercept our GPS track, and yeah, we'll be fine. Alright, so I will learn all of these landmarks and stuff. I do promise I will learn all these landmarks so that I can give you an idea on what they are and stuff. But have a look at that, isn't it lovely? Look at that creek running through there. It's just beautiful. It is just absolutely beautiful out there. Alright, so I am going to continue this climb out. We are nearly at 2,000 feet, which is where we need to be. Let's just confirm that our flaps are up. Yes, they are. Everything else is okay. We're using, obviously, on climb out, we're using a little bit more fuel than what we actually want to.
3 Kilo Sierra, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Okay, so we really don't want to.
Bournemouth Tower, Cessna November 123 Kilo Sierra, frequency change.
Do we call approach? I'm not sure whether on a VFR flight we would, and I'm pretty sure that we are under the airspace, but we will do it anyway just to keep this happening, just to keep the sim happy. We are going to get our transponder code.
November 123 Kilo Sierra is type Cessna Skyhawk, 5 miles west of Bournemouth. Request flight following. Cessna November 123 Kilo
2271.
Approach. Squawk 2271.
And ident.
Cessna 3 Kilo Sierra radar contact 5 miles northwest of Bournemouth, 2,000 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
We'll just acknowledge that, and I wasn't watching our heading as well in our GPS track, so I will just get us back onto track. Alright, so we are done. We are pretty well 27 nautical miles from YVL, so what I will do, guys, is I will see you when we get to YVL and we are about to turn. Alright guys, we're about 10 nautical miles out of Cardiff now, so what we are going to do is we're going to contact Cardiff, and we are going to see what runway they want us to land on, get ourselves prepped for that. Let's go to nearest airport, and we will go to Cardiff, and we will tune to their tower on 133. We should really be tuning to the ATIS first, and we will request a full stop landing.
Cardiff Tower, Cessna November 123 Kilo Sierra is 10 miles southeast with golf to land. Cessna November 123 Kilo Sierra, Cardiff Tower. Fly straight in runway 30. Altimeter 29.92, wind 273 at 7.
Okay, 7 knots, runway 30, straight in, beautiful.
Make straight in runway 30, Cessna 3 Kilo Sierra.
Okay, so runway 30, let's just have a look at our airport information here. Runway 30 is at at 298 degrees. It does have an ILS, but we're just going to fly in visually anyway. We don't need the ILS today. So 298 degrees, we will head back into here, and we will set our heading up to 298 degrees, which is like that. And we will continue here. I'm also going to reduce our altitude now to, not that one, I am going to reduce our altitude to 1,200 feet. The reason being that I'm going 1,200 feet is because Cardiff is 200 feet above sea level, so that in effect leaves us 1,000 feet above the runway, so, or above the airport. So I'm just going to reduce some throttle now. 6.3 nautical miles out. Let's have a little bit of a zoom in. You can see Cardiff right there. So what we are going to do now is we're going to turn, we're going to put our sync our heading. Just going to put our heading bug on, and I am going to turn us around to the right a little bit. So we will in effect do a little bit of a left base, so like so. There you go, that's our runway basically right there. So I'm going to slow the aircraft down quite a bit now.
Cessna 3 Kilo Sierra cleared to land runway 30. Wind 273 at 7.
Lovely.
Cleared to land runway 30 Cessna 3 Kilo Sierra.
Okay, we will go one stage of flaps. Keep the aircraft slowing down. I want to sit probably at about 70 knots coming down here. So we are a little bit high. We probably should have started reducing our altitude a little bit earlier, but it's very typical me, isn't it? Very, very typical me. So just spin you around there. I'm just going to put a little bit more oomph into the engine there a little bit. Might go another stage of flaps now. A little bit more power into the engine, just to keep our speed up. We were getting a little bit too slow there. Alright, we are nearly down at our altitude, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the autopilot off now, and we are going to take over ourselves. I'm just going to look over the top just a little bit. Going to trim us down just a touch. And there is our runway there, so we will start turning into that now. There we go, lovely. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. Just going to reset my view and lift us up just a little bit more. There you go. Beautiful. Alright, we should be good. We should be good. So wind is coming from 273, which is to our left a little bit. See how we go. Alright, we are now on final, so we will go one more stage of flaps, which is full flaps. Let the aircraft settle itself. And we are nearly done with our first job. Okay, let's just make sure everything is okay. Mixture is rich. Beacon landing lights are on. Fuel pump we don't need. Outside air temperature is 13 degrees, so we are fine there. Alright, we are ready to land. Beautiful. We're a little bit low at the moment, so I'm just going to put a little bit more oomph into the aircraft. There we go. Beautiful. Just deal with that wind a bit. Just going to keep trimming the aircraft a tad as we come in. We are now right on, so just trim the nose down a little bit so we don't end up too high. Those houses are definitely on a slope. They're definitely on a slope. Okay, we are too high now, so we'll just reduce our speed.
500.
Here we go. Oh, that was a bit of a gust. Did you guys see that? We just got a massive gust of wind hit us. So as we come over onto the land, there was probably a little bit of updraft there as well. Alright, in we come. Probably a little bit low at the moment, but we'll be okay. Going to bring the nose up to bleed off the speed. Let this roll. There we go. Nose up a bit.
Landing time logged.
She's a bit
Landing
heavy.
Echo Golf Fox Fox.
Bit heavy. Right. Lovely. Okay, shall we?
3 Kilo Sierra turn, next taxiway.
Assuming we're going down here. Let's just turn around here. My rudder pedals have again almost hit the wall, so I went to toe brake then, and and my right toe brake hit the wall instead. I'm going to have to do something about these things.
On 133.1.
Alright, I've adjusted them now, guys. We should be okay. Let's just acknowledge ground handoff.
133.1 Cessna 3 Kilo Sierra.
Lovely, okay. I'm just going to leave that radio thing open. I'm going to have to do something about these pedals, I think. Alright, beautiful. So we'll get over the hold short threshold. We will be turning to the left, I'm pretty sure, so once we're over here, we will sort out. Let's put our flaps up on stage. Let's request taxi to parking. Flaps up again.
Cardiff ground, Cessna November 123 Kilo Sierra taxi to parking.
Flaps are up fully. There you go. And taxi light, landing light off.
Sierra taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha.
Right, we shall acknowledge that. Beautiful.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Cessna 3 Kilo Sierra.
Alright, lovely. There's quite a few aircraft here, isn't there? Alright, so that's good. Let's see, everything is okay. We'll lean the mixture off a little bit. There we go, we'll lean the mixture off so that we're not overheating the aircraft. And follow this in, park up, and see how we go, guys. Landing lights, taxi lights, everything is fine. Beautiful. So our first landing at Cardiff. It's quite a nice looking airport, isn't it? Would have probably been a nice airport to fly out of as a home base as well. So looking forward to getting behind the controls of a Cessna Caravan at some stage for our company, but I don't think that's going to happen for a while, so we do need to make a bit of money. I am going to probably be flying this for quite some time. I do want to eventually as well, I want to get into a caravan, which are awesome for cargo stuff. Probably a TBM for our passenger services, and possibly even at some point I wouldn't mind getting into a Baron twin. So I do love the Barons, which is pretty cool. So, but we will see what happens now that we are doing the tutorial and we get a free aircraft. Look at the windsock was going berserk there, and we get a free aircraft. Then we have the ability to purchase a second one and have an AI pilot flying it. So that should be pretty cool. So we will look into that. I'm just going to go around this guy here. I hope that Microsoft sort that out, because quite honestly, they would not be getting in the way of an aircraft like that. So okay, here's our little ramp. we're going around the other side and coming in and facing this way, the same as that Cessna over there. Is that a 152 or is that a 172? It's a 172, I think. Alright. Beautiful. How we are going to do that, I don't know. It wants us to go all the way up the end, but and go straight through that aircraft there, but I don't think we are going to do that. I think we are going to go around here. Alright, a little bit of left toe brake. Get ourselves in here. And that is it, guys. Alright. Brake on. Beautiful. Alright, so before we shut down, we will do the on-air bug by turning the strobes and the beacons off. I would not normally do that. I would normally leave the beacon on until I'd shut the aircraft off. And let's starve the engine.
Off time logged. End of flight. Registered in OnAir company.
There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so everything is okay with trim. That's off. Turn that off. Turn that off. And yes, of course. Of course, Flight Sim will do that. I need to turn that off as well. So let's turn that off and that. Shut that down. There we go. Lovely. So we are parked. Let's head back into, I will see you when we get back into the hangar and back into the, onto the laptop, guys. Okay, here we are back in the laptop. Valid flight, engine on, airborne, yep, boop, 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 boop. It did say that it had disconnected a couple of times and to check the internet connection, so I don't know what happened there. Obviously that bug is still there with the strobes and the beacon lights. Aircraft handling bonus 5%, safety bonus 10%, comfort bonus 5%, reputation increase for a 68 nautical mile, reputation change 0.15%. So the engine on this, the airframe is at 82% and the engine is at 76%, but we will get to keep this aircraft, which is cool. So let's click on OK for that. And that is our first flight. So we are now sitting down at Cardiff, where we will take another flight from next time. So what we want to do now is we want to go into, let's go into dashboard. Let's go into flight logs and make sure that you cannot not access that during the tutorial. Okay, so resume the current flight. Why do we need to resume the current flight? Don't know. Of operations map. So it needs to. I'll just sort this out. It needs to. Let's go back in there. No, it's errored out. So let's go into. Let's go back into the dashboard then. I cannot access that page during the tutorial. Let's go out to the aircraft again. And it's not going out there. So it is bugging out on me yet again. It is not finishing this off. So we are connected to the simulator. That's in progress. That's the pilot. Let's see. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing, to be honest. Company dashboard. No, cannot access that during the tutorial. Why will it not let us... it will not let me do anything. There we go. Display. Tutorial display. Claim my rewards and go back to the lobby. There you go. Okay, so we will click on that. And we have finished the tutorial. That was my mistake. It hadn't bummed out on me. And let's go back into the lobby. And now we will go back into our company here. It says that it's registered that we have done that, so that is good. And hopefully, because I did the tutorial last time, hopefully it doesn't show that the company is offline. No, it doesn't. All right, that's beautiful. So we've got pending jobs. We've got total, one job total, or one aircraft total. We own this aircraft. I do wonder whether you can actually change the stats of this aircraft details. You might be able to, because I would like to put an English registration on this, because this has an American registration, and you certainly wouldn't be flying that around England, would you? So is there a way to do that? So here's where you can sell and rent your aircraft. So we can rent this aircraft out for $210 an hour to other players, which is pretty cool. Immediately sell for 79 grand, put on the market for whatever price. Can we change the... Can't see anywhere where we can change the... What's in maintenance? What's in the maintenance one? Be nice to be able to change the registration, but I might have to look into whether we can or not. So seats configuration. Well, you can change the seat configuration when you're in larger airports, stuff like that. So all right, so now we shall go into our income statement. There should be $7,500 in there for the tutorial reward. We own an aircraft. Yes, we own an aircraft. So there we go. Adventures and tutorials. We have 7,500. Let's go back to our dashboard, and from there, in the next episode, I think we will probably. We will look for a job for ourselves, and we will possibly look at the option of purchasing another aircraft. We have 477,000, so we can purchase another aircraft and get an AI pilot into that. So the other thing that I actually did want to do was go into the skills tree and see if we did get a skill for that. We do have one skill point, so we need to get a passenger license. All right, guys, that is it. That is it for this one. That is it for Simiair. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you don't mind me starting this all again, but with all those server errors and stuff and losing flights and stuff, I thought it was the best thing to do. So if you did like this one, please hit like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode of Simiair.